So. I just watched the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, and honestly, I think it's a pretty mixed bag. Um, I will start with the pros right off the bat. I basically just wanted a better Switch, and it seems like I'm getting that. Um, I'm really excited for a new James Bond game that's hopefully actually being good because it's being developed by IO Interactive or whatever their name is that make the Hitman games. Me and my brother and my family and my friends. I've never even seen a James Bond movie, but I played the hell out of the old GameCube James Bond games. And I'm one of those weird guys that never really played GoldenEye except for at like a retro game store for like 5 seconds. The one that I always played was James Bond 007 Nightfire on the GameCube. That was awesome. There were so many customization options for bots and multiplayer matches and everything. It was awesome. So I hope this one's good too. Um, I Other pros is seems that there's a lot of third party support, so that's good. Um, I mean, I already have a PS5 and a computer, so it's not the biggest selling point for me, but it's always good to have options so you can play the best version of games. Um, 7 on 4 Loco, by the way, throughout the presentation. No, I'm late watching it, but I had stuff due today and I woke up late. So, other pros, Mario Kart World looks cool. Um, the Kirby Air Riders, even though they didn't show like anything about it, um, I'm super excited for them. When I was growing up, me and my brother and my friends played that a lot, just like we did the James Bond game. But we played so much. I hope they have what was it called, Free Ride, or I don't remember. But there was like this mini open world that you could get power ups um, in Kirby Air Ride, and try and find different vehicles and get pieces of legendary vehicles, and it was awesome. It was such a fun game mode, especially to screw over your friends and try and steal their parts of the legendary machines before they could get them. That's where that whole thing comes in from Smash Bros. If you didn't know, so that would be really cool, especially since they have Sakurai working on it. And then of course Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'm super hyped for. I love 3D platformers, and we haven't had a 3D Donkey Kong since Donkey Kong 64, so that's going to be awesome. Now for the negatives, which there are actually quite a bit. Um, First off, I'm going to start with I know that technically not every game on the PS5 or on the PS4 is backwards compatible on the PS5, but 99% of them are. And it really worries me that they kept stressing that um, select games will be backwards compatible, and they only showed Nintendo games, so that really worries me. And they didn't even show all of them. Like I don't, maybe it went by too fast, but I don't remember them even showing Metroid Prime Remastered. Um, I don't remember seeing Fire Emblem. But then what about the other games? Like I have, like where is it? Eh. Oh, that's not the right game. Oh boy. Anyways, I have some retro game collections on their third party on the Switch that I like to play. Are those not going to be backwards compatible? What about all the third party games? Which I usually use my PS5 for third party games, but I still would like to play all my Switch games. And what about digital Switch games? I have tons of indie digital Switch games. Are they going to be backwards compatible? And that's one of the reasons why I'm not getting it day one. Another problem is I don't know why they focus so much on the game chat and the stupid like camera accessory you have to pay money for, when it's like, wow, they're just basically doing Microsoft Teams or Skype or whatever on the Switch. Why is that a big deal? And um, I guess this one's more of a mixed bag than a negative, but the mouse thing that they were doing, The problem is, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, you can use the Joy-Con as a mouse, but you have to have a flat surface already set up. And with a computer, that's easy because the computer has to be on a flat surface, right? Well, usually with a Switch, you're either taking it with you, or you're just like how I am right now. I'm just sitting in a chair. That was my big problem with this game. Um, where is it? With WarioWare Move It, is it had all these weird controller things where they expected you to have flat surfaces and the control strap in just to play a couple micro games, and so I would just like either purposely lose those micro games, or I would just try and avoid them as much as possible. Like I wouldn't free play them and stuff. It's like, how is that gonna work? Like you're basically gonna have to set up your Switch like a freaking computer with a table and everything, to use it as a mouse, which is weird. And also, it's weird to me they're saying it's like this big, like unique, cool feature when like we had the SNES mouse clear back in the day for Mario Paint. I remember when I was like 3 or 4 playing that at my grandparents' house. That's not really revolutionary. I'm sorry. Just like the Microsoft Teams webcam thing, the game chat thing's not revolutionary at all. Um, and I'm sorry, that's not a selling point. The other negative is the confusion over the pricing of games. Like we know Mario Kart World's gonna be $80, but we don't know if that's unique, like how the last Zelda game was more than most Switch games, or if that's standard pricing. I will say I was already expecting it to be like $400, and I thought, well, that's kind of steep, but it makes sense for the current market. Um, 450 is almost out of my price range. And I figure it's going to be out of a lot of people's price ranges, especially with how the economy's going lately. I really don't like that price. I'm already going to have to do some financial finagling or whatever that word is. Finagling? I think that's a word. Um, to get the game. And then, oh yeah, one more negative is basically every first party Sony game except for like the ones that are specifically remastered, like Last of Us remastered, if they have a PS4 version and a PS5 version with the first party Sony games, you would get those the PS5 upgrade free when you got them on the PS5. Apparently every Nintendo Switch 2 enhanced version you have to pay for with like a game upgrade pack if you own it. And that was the other problem with not seeing the prices. That already like it kind of pissed me off. But you're not saying the price. Is it if it's like $5, it's like fine, whatever, right? But if it's like $40, then that's a pretty big damn deal, for a game you already own. So that was another problem that you had to find out. I don't know if they published that yet. The price of that. I don't know why they didn't say the price of the console in the video. I guess they were worried about backlash or something. I don't know, but they made it available afterwards anyways, so just put it in the direct. So overall, it's a mixed bag. I don't like how it seems like they should have waited to release it during the holiday season. Um, it seems like basically, other than the GameCube games, which I didn't put as a plus as or a negative, I have a GameCube. I grew up with one, so and I already bought all the games, so I don't have to worry about scalpers. Not all of them, but all the ones I want. So I don't have to worry about scalpers with that. Um, but I didn't put it as a negative because I know there's a lot of people that the GameCube's out of their price range, especially with how much people scalp old consoles online. So that's just kind of a wash that you can play GameCube games if you have a Switch Online subscription, in my opinion. But basically that's all that's available day one is Mario Kart World, some third-party games that you can already play on other consoles, and GameCube games on Nintendo Switch Online. It's like maybe they should have like waited for more things to be released because even the other first-party game that they really pushed, Donkey Kong Bonanza, which looks awesome, like I said, isn't available till like a month after launch. So it's like, well, then why didn't you just wait to release it in July? So then you have two games available. Oh yeah, and they also have some Nintendo Switch 2 versions of Switch games on launch. But I don't really count that. But so I don't know. I'd rate it like a 4.5 or a 5 out of 10. I'm not super impressed. I know I'm gonna get it anyways because, man, I mean, it's Nintendo, and the Donkey Kong game looks amazing. I do love Donkey Kong. By the way, his new redesign looks awesome. It looks way more cartoony, like old school cartoony, and I love old school cartoons. But I don't know, man. I guess I was expecting more. I guess I was expecting more than the big features they tout to be like. Well, didn't they have a freaking like microphone headset for the Wii that nobody used for online chat too? So I don't know. I expect more than the big feature to just be a chat button and a camera accessory. Because Nintendo like has been known for gimmicks since like 2005 or six. Like they're known for being the ones that actually innovate, and the other consoles are like the ones that focus on hardware power. Um, so I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot to say it is cool. It's in 4K. I did finally 4K TVs finally got within my family's budget, so we finally have a 4K TV. So that's cool. I guess it's not as mind blowing as HD was, but it's cool. It looks better. So, but yeah, 4.5 or 5 out of 10. It was a very mixed bag. I really don't know how to feel about it. I really hope that all games don't cost $80, because the problem is I can wait for like PS5 games to go down. I just have to wait like a year. Nintendo games basically don't go down, so that would really suck. Um, but yeah,